In God's name, most gracious, most merciful. Hello everyone, welcome to our very first Portavoz session for the year 1405. Today is the 10th day of Farvardin and the 31st day of the brave defense of the Iranian people against the demonic aggression of the United States and the Zionist regime. In this current year, we are starting our spring season while our sacred Iran is under the serious and constant threat of aggression from the most wicked regimes in the world. It was placed on the earth. But in these full 31 days, the Iranian people have clearly shown that when it comes to their home, their household, their identity and their culture, they defend the honor and dignity of Iran with all their might. Tooth and nail, yes, with our own teeth and nails. The powerful Khaybar Shikan and Khorramshahr missiles and the Arash drones are living witnesses that, with all possible strength and determination, these weapons are launched by the brave defenders of the Islamic homeland against all invaders who dare to threaten our national sovereignty. In this past month, we have witnessed the most heinous international crimes. On the very first day of the large-scale military aggression by the Zionist occupation regime, while our leaders and commanders were present, the city of Tehran unfortunately became the target of a terrible terrorist attack. Iranian children, innocent and defenseless Iranian students, were attacked in the environment that should be the most sacred of all, which is the school. The memory of all our martyrs, our martyred leader, our brave commanders, and the children of Minab. We dedicate this tribute to the students of Minab, to their teachers, and to all those who sacrificed their lives for the honor and significance of Iran during these 31 days. And we promise to do everything in our power to protect the Iranian nation. We will continue on this path. Exactly right, thank you. I think that if we want to summarize the events of this dark day, we can say the following. The biggest victim of the aggressive war by the United States and the Zionist regime against Iran were international humanitarian law and human rights. Throughout these last 80 years since the founding of the United Nations, it is not possible to find even a single similar case. It is absolutely impossible to find a case in which, in just a single month, crimes of such horrendous and shocking nature have occurred that meet all the technical criteria for war crimes. Crime against humanity and very likely even genocide itself. This is due both to the civilian targets attacked by the aggressors and to the extreme cruelty and explicit brutality seen in the massacres perpetrated against the population. Innocent people. We were all eyewitnesses to this. Constant attacks on universities, attacks on cultural centers, on places that are fundamental for every Iranian and for every person. It is part of human civilization. This work is an integral part of the common cultural heritage of humanity, as listed by UNESCO, a United Nations organization, as belonging to all humanity. Many of our cultural sites in Isfahan, Tehran, and other cities have been attacked. Attacks on hospitals targeting Red Cross buildings. Attack on residential areas. All of these are examples of war crimes. An attack on infrastructure, what happens? All the people just stop walking. The continuity of their normal lives, it depends a lot on that. Important energy infrastructure, Iran's electricity supply. Last night we saw that due to an attack on the electrical substations in Tehran and Karaj, much of that infrastructure in those two cities was left without power. At the same time, we really should congratulate everyone. It is the engineers and the employees of the Ministry of Energy who, with continuous effort and a lot of dedication, try to keep the entire country of Iran always well lit. We fight against the deep darkness of those friends who prefer darkness, who try incessantly, with constant attacks on our convictions. Sometimes Iran's energy infrastructure to disrupt the normal lives of people. We are continuously documenting all these cases, all these terrible crimes. It is extremely important that both our beloved people and future generations know for certain that the allegations made about aid to Iran were nothing but an absolute and baseless farce. In their speeches, it is also clear that they have issues with the identity, history, and culture of Iran. The grave insults directed at the noble Iranian people, calling the people of Iran crazy, evil, and detestable. They constantly resort to facts from a very distant past to justify the attacks and hostilities carried out today against Iran. They ignore the fact that Iran, as an ancient civilization that emerged powerfully from the depths of history, is one of the most dynamic, resilient, and enduring civilizations on earth. Fully understands and knows very well how to deal with its enemies. It knows exactly how. It knows how to subjugate these enemies to its own will. Well, with that introduction, I'm here to talk to you. We have prepared some documents that we will certainly share. We will also make them available to our friends in the media, both about the list of cultural and historical sites that were damaged and about the vast series of serious crimes they committed in various different regions of the country. Over the past 31 days, thank you. Before we begin our Q&A session, I would really like to thank all the friends from the media, all the dedicated journalists who work so hard to inform the general public, both nationally and internationally, always acting with courage to prevent the truth from being buried. What the Zionist regime and the United States did during this period, while committing acts of aggression, and invasion of Iranian territory, was to conduct media and cognitive warfare to distort the facts and prevent the reality of what is happening from coming to light, so that this message reaches people in every corner of the world and captures their attention. Therefore, your role is absolutely fundamental to keeping the truth alive. The attack we are witnessing as part of the Zionist regime's pattern of behavior against journalists and the media is precisely part of this assassination of the truth. Yesterday we witnessed the Zionist regime's aggression on the Al Arabi Network's office. As a result of this attack, their office was damaged. The previous day, the terrible attack that took place in Lebanon unfortunately resulted in the martyrdom of journalists from Al Mayadeen and Al Manar, along with one of their cameramen. And now, there is a long and painful list of journalists and media professionals who face constant dangers. About 3 years ago, there in Lebanon, he was martyred in the region of Palestine, apparently in the occupied area. It is an undeniable fact that the Zionist regime, while committing brutal aggressions and terrible crimes in various regions of occupied Palestine, we see that the Zionist regime has abandoned all these principles and practices, including that of Ali. And this worrying situation does not stop, continuing to constantly persecute and attack a large number of journalists and media professionals who work tirelessly. Our duty is to speak out, and your duty is to expose these realities, so that the conscience of the international community does not become insensitive and apathetic in the face of all these crimes. The events that have taken place in the last 2 days in many cities in the United States and Europe are very important. Public opinion has clearly realized that this war is an illegal and aggressive war, not only against Iran, but against the region and the stability of the entire world. Thank you. Therefore, it is necessary to continue on this path of raising awareness and exposing the truth, with the hope that world public opinion will increasingly realize the crisis resulting from the greed and criminality of the United States and the Zionist regime,